Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Ghost Taught You, and if you're here today, you're here to learn how to stop Mauga from sitting and being just a damaged beast that he is. He loves to sit back and spew out damage and be uncontested, especially if you play any open queue where people play like 2-3 tanks at a time. There's always a Mauga trying to just take over the game and sit in the back. We don't like that over here, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to solve that problem today. We'll start with the tank role, and I have my boy Sigma out. The ability that I'm going to be using primarily to help mitigate some of the damage output that Mauga does is the kinetic grass. As you can see, look down at the right hand corner of my screen at the bottom. I have kinetic grass. It is bound to the button L3 for me. I'm going to use kinetic grass, and then I'm going to go ahead and pay attention to my health. You'll see a green over health that builds up. So let's go ahead and get it. Kinetic grass. Mauga shooting me. Pay attention to my health. You see that green health? That green health added more over health to my hero, which just gives him more health. So if Mauga's pounding you with damage, you want to go ahead and use your kinetic grass when you see Mauga pounding you with damage like that. Once your green health runs out, you see how the over health kind of dies out over time. By that time, Mauga's going to get to shooting you again, so you can just use your kinetic grass again. Boom. More over health. Mauga is basically essentially powering Sigma up so that Sigma can beat his butt. Like, seriously. Guys, play Mauga. I'm sorry, play Sigma against Mauga. Also, Sigma, of course, has his shields bound to L2. So usually what I do is once Mauga powers me up, I'll show you guys pretty much what I do. Mauga shooting, boom, boom, boom. Absorb with the kinetic grass, boom. So Mauga starts shooting me again. I'll let him burn my over health, and then I'll put up my shield so that I can recharge my kinetic grass. Soon as my kinetic grass is recharged, I'm taking down my shield. And Mauga's going to be ready to shoot me again. Kinetic grass. Look at all that over health. Now Sigma cannot just, let's say Sigma doesn't just absorb Mauga's damage, he absorbs other projectiles that are coming his way. So let's say if a Soldier 76 is sitting on Mauga's team and he's also shooting me at the same time, Sigma's absorbing all that damage with the kinetic grass. That's why Sigma is so freaking powerful. But Sigma can only absorb projectiles, he cannot absorb beams. So for example, if Zarya is hitting Sigma with her beam damage, Sigma cannot block that with the kinetic grass. He has to block it with the barrier. Okay? So that is one of the ways that you can stop Mauga using Sigma. I'm going to pull out another hero and show you guys how you can stop Mauga. So another hero that slows Mauga down, this time I'm going to show you a hero from the damage role. I already showed you Sigma, but from the damage role, I like to play Symmetra. Symmetra doesn't have anything fancy that helps her kill Mauga because Symmetra overall is like a tank eater. She's good against most any tank on the game. Her primary fire is really what I'm here for. Pretty much with the primary fire with Symmetra, you want to make sure with the primary fire you get your beam locked on them, and you see how her beam gets bigger the longer you have it locked on a tank or really anything like a shield as well. That's why she's so good against tanks. That beam damage multiplies and it increases, almost like if you're playing Zarya. So Symmetra and Zarya are very similar. If you are somebody who does well with Zarya, definitely start picking up Symmetra and learning how to play her because they play similar as far as their primary fire. Okay? So you want to make sure you keep that beam on Mauga as much as possible because keeping that beam on him and doing that damage is going to put that crazy work on Mauga. And Symmetra is just a monster when it comes to using her beam to break down tanks. Mauga likes to sit in the back. Symmetra also has her teleporter that can get you behind the Mauga in the game. And he's going to be looking. You want to try to stay on his tail and zap him. Make that beam multiply. The good perk about getting Symmetra's beam to start multiplying heavy is that whoever you hit with that beam is going to face the consequences of death and going back to the Overwatch spawn point. Finally, today I'm going to show you how to stop Mauga with one of the support heroes. My favorite hero for stopping Mauga in Overwatch 2 is Ana. The reason that Ana is great against Mauga because you do have those people who play Mauga to camp out like they're playing Call of Duty and sit in the back and shoot people. But you do have those brawling Maugas who will run in your face, which Mauga does. So, for example, this is something that Maugas like to do. Maugas like to charge at you and go full throttle and pounce on you. Boom, knock you down. That's something that Mauga's known for. And if a really good Mauga is playing, they are going to punish your tanks with that. Like I said, I play in open queue a lot, and Maugas can really punish tanks if they get that stump just right on somebody. So what you want to do is Ana, you want to stop Mauga. So usually if I see Mauga coming for me, what am I going to do? Boom, put him to sleep. The other thing that I want to do, poison him. Because one of the things about Mauga is he can output a lot of damage, but Mauga is also very susceptible to taking damage. He takes a lot of damage. He does not have a real way to block it outside of one of his abilities that just allow him to heal himself while he's shooting people. Basically, he can output damage and kind of reap some of the benefits of healing himself, kind of like a Reaper. Kind of like a life steal a little bit. So you want to make sure you get Mauga, put him to sleep and poison him and communicate with your teammates so that you can bust him down real fast after you poison him. Alright? So one of the things that I will give you a tip about right here, okay? I'm going to have Mauga to charge at me, okay? And you want to time this. Do not shoot Mauga and try to put him to sleep while he's charging. Okay, so when Mauga's red and charging, you cannot put him to sleep. You want to make sure that you put Mauga to sleep after he's got that charge, because then and only then is he susceptible. He does not take damage while he's charging. All right, that's a very important tip because I see it all too many times is that people are shooting Mauga when he's charging at them. But yeah, it's your boy Ghost taught you, and if you learned anything from this video to make your life a little bit easier on Overwatch, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends who play Overwatch to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I want to do more videos like this that just break down the simple mechanics of Overwatch so that you can put them into your game and become better much faster. All right.